All right, guys, what is going on? Welcome to Sunday Night Charts with Jimbo All Trades. I forgot to get the music intro, but hey, we're here. Let me know if you can hear me and see me, audio, video, good in the chat. Let me know, guys, in the chat, please. That'd be awesome. How are you guys doing? Let me know where you're from. If you're tuning in for the first time, or if you're a long time viewer, let me know that as well. Let's see. Everything looks good on my end. I got excellent connection. Looks like I got a decent connection. Looks pretty decent. So, all right, let me know on your end, guys. Good to see you. Welcome to the Sunday Night Charts. Dave the Sage says yes. Good. I got my coffee in hand. We are ready to start analysis of Bitcoin tonight, guys. Hey, listen, the bullish count is still in play, as the title mentions, but watch out for the bearish moves. I'll show you what I'm looking at from both perspectives, guys. We're going to analyze wave structure tonight. We're going to look at wave structure, do some analysis on what the wave shape is telling us. That's what Elliott wave is all about. The wave shape tells you potential direction and price. Now, it's never a certainty, and I'm not here to tell you what trades to take. I'm just here to do some analysis of the wave structure. Say, hey, okay, is the wave structure telling us anything about where Bitcoin might be going? Okay, we go beyond standard technical analysis, just looking at moving averages. We look, we don't just, just look at indicators on the chart. We do a holistic approach. Yes, we use those things, but we also here on Sunday Night Charts, we focus in on the Elliott wave theory analysis of the chart, and we say, okay, what is this thing telling us? Where could price be going? Okay, so we're going to look at both from both perspectives. We're not bulls and we're not bears around here, guys. I don't have a horse in this race. I do not. I'm not a long-term holder of Bitcoin. I'm a day trader, so I'm a pure trader. I trade on the small time frame. I'm in and out of the market as quickly as I can. I take small profits on a regular basis over and over and over again. I believe that's the best way to trade this market because of the volatility and the drastic movements of the chart. So with that said, however you trade, I'm here to offer as much information and insight into the wave structure as I possibly can. So hopefully it'll help you in your analysis as you take trades yourself. But I'm not here to tell you what trades to take. I will tell you what types of trades I take, and I do teach my trading systems and the way I look at charts and the way I use indicators as well in my Discord. I've got a heavy education area where I teach good psychology of trading. I spend a lot of time on psychology. I teach also risk management, how to trade on with leverage, the dangers of leverage, and how to navigate that, as well as Elliott wave theory. I've got a course on Elliott wave theory, and I've got strategies that I take trades by. So if you want to learn that information, invite you into the Discord. Love to have you. Go to my Patreon link in the description. You'll find it there, and in that and at that link, it'll take you right to Patreon. You can join up, and we'll get you into the Discord immediately. You get at least one live and one live stream a day. Or lately, I've just been doing video updates because the market's been going sideways, and so I just kind of keep track of the wave. But we give you a video update every day on the waves. We share wave counts of what we're looking for, and we just talk about daily biases for trading. So that would help you. We'd love to have you in the Discord. All right, guys, with that said, I hope you guys are well. What's up, Crypto Fever? Jay, good to see you. What's up, Steven, good to see you as well. How you doing, buddy? How's life over there? And is it Idaho? I think, yeah, you're in Idaho these days. I keep wanting to put you back in Wisconsin. I hope the UK is treating you well, Jay. And I hope Durgam. It's not a triangle. It's not a triangle. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's a triangle. All right, let's jump into the analysis, guys. I've said hello. I've kind of given my sales pitch for the Discord, at least shared all the benefits of it and what we do there. And then, we're ready to do the analysis. Let's start out. Let's zoom out on the 3-day chart. Just kind of look at general wave shapes, wave structure. Say, okay, what is this doing? That's Joe Cogo. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. There's S. Joe Coco. Let me just take a peek here real quick. Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm just. All right. On the 3-day chart, guys, here's what we see. Number one, a lot of people doing standard analysis here, looking at this as a bull flag. Okay. And that's totally plausible. It's totally possible. We've got a way now. Elliott wave theory. We don't look at that as bull flags. Okay, we look at that as a correction. Okay, corrections have 3 waves, and what we do is we try to analyze whether that correction has a finished 3-wave look. Okay, with a known structure that we're used to seeing on the chart. Okay, so when Elliott wavers look at that, we don't look at just a flag as a nebulous blah blah blah. Little channel to the downside, it's going to break out to the upside. I mean, it could be that simple, right? But what we do is we actually look at this and say, what is that from a wave count perspective? Now, in Elliott wave theory, there are waves with 5 and there are waves with 3. Generally, 5-wave moves are impulses. 3-wave moves are corrections. Okay, so we look at 5s and 3s, guys. We look at 5s and 3s, and so on the macro scale, you can kind of see. Here, you had kind of a 5-wave move right there. Boom, boom, boom. There's 5 waves. That's one way to interpret this particular move right there. Okay. Now you say, well, what about this? Well, there's a couple of ways to interpret that. You could look at that and say that's an A, that's a B, and then that 5 waves is the C wave. That's an impulse of a C wave. Okay, so that could be a 3-wave move that is finished. Okay, followed by that 3-wave move could be being followed by 3 waves to the downside. Boom, 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 right there. And this could be 3 waves to the upside. It broke the top, got everybody really bullish, and now it's just going to shoot down in 5 waves. Boom, for a 3-wave move that comes down and retests the low. Now, when price was down here, again, we're looking at macro, guys. We're just looking at macro ideas here, so bear with me, okay? But when price was down here, everybody and their brother was saying $8,000, $10,000. Price was going to go down, low, 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 right? When price is down here, everybody's thinking we're going to hit lower targets. Well, in my experience, price often goes where people expect it to go. I say this every live stream, but it's an important principle that you need to know. Price often goes where you expect price to go, okay? So eventually, I think everybody's expecting 100K. I believe Bitcoin will hit 100K. The question is it going to hit 100K in a way that you expect it? And my answer to that is no. It's going to come in a way that you don't expect it. And I think a lot of guys are just expecting this to break up and out of here and just go on and hit 100K. Could it do that? Yeah, absolutely could. But I don't know that it will, okay? And I don't think that it will. In fact, I would bet money that it doesn't, okay? And just a friendly bet. I wouldn't over leverage that bet. But I would guess that price is not going to break up and out of here as a bull flag. But we're going to consider that with an open mind. However, when we look at 5s and 3s, back to what I was talking about, 5s and 3s, we understand that the market moves like that. So the question is this 3-wave, is that a 3-wave correction, or is this the beginning of a much larger 5-wave move to the downside? So let's do a little analysis here. So here's basically the tale of 2 counts, okay? The tale of 2 counts. Number one is we can call this 1, 2, 3. This could be a wave 4, okay? And now we're looking for a wave 5. That's a plausible, possible count that takes us up to 100K, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looks good, looks plausible. In fact, it looks too good. It looks too plausible here, which is why I don't like this count, and I don't believe that this is the right count, okay? I might be wrong on that, but I don't think that's the way we're going to analyze this wave. I think it's going to be something different if I put my money on it, okay? Now, so what we want to do, if this is a wave 4, we need it to be 3 waves of some kind. So the question we're going to ask tonight is, can this be 3 waves? Or if it's part of a 5-wave move, what would that 5-wave move look like, okay? And if it's a 3-wave move, does the 3-wave wavishness of this move demand a bullish reaction that goes and takes us to 100K or up there in those regions? Or is there another way to interpret this as 3 waves, still with maybe a near-term bearishness? And we're going to look at all of those possibilities tonight. So buckle your seatbelts. Let's dive in. So there's the macro. It's the tale of 2 counts here, guys. The macro analysis says, okay, we have 2 counts. We got maybe that's an A. Maybe we're in the middle of a B wave here. Then we're going to maybe get a C wave to the upside, and that's when we go up to 100K or higher. So this C wave, we would look at this as 3, 3, 5. Okay, boom, we're coming down here. We're going to take this low out. We don't have to take that low out, but we're going to retest this region down here where what I say every live stream as well, where real support is, where real price support is. We don't have a ton of price support up in these regions. Okay, real price support, the best price support on the chart is right in this range right there. Anywhere from $20,000 down to about $4,000 in that range. That's the range of real price support. Okay. See what's happening here on this wave. Okay. Sorry, just looking at something there. So this is the area of the chart where we'd say, okay, the price is ready to be supported down here with mega support. So if price gets back down here, I would expect price to shoot to find some support and work its way and at least play around these regions before it goes up again. So that's what I would expect looking at this wave. Let me just check in on you guys. You guys are doing well. Okay, now there's some other support on the chart, but it's less strong. Okay, so we're gonna look at this next area of real support, and this area right here, guys, is an area of real support. Okay, so what we're gonna look at here is prior price movement, where we see we had some support right in here, some reaction and support there. Okay, we played around this area right in here, so we're gonna say that's a continuation. The bottom of this wave, top of that wave. There's real support right in this range, and that is about the 45 to 50K range. Okay, so the 45 to 50K range is real price support. So that's a good area on the chart to pay attention to. Now, that also goes down to this area right down here where these bottoms are, the bottoms of these waves. So we're gonna kind of say, okay, this is going to take us to the top of this wave, bottom of this wave, in this range, and this takes us down to about 32K. That's an area of real price support as well. So between 32 and 50K is another area where we'd expect to see price to play around, bounce for a little bit. As you can see, it bounced right here. Okay, it bounced here and here. Okay, these are areas where price bounced. We had a very small bounce here, but then we just shot past it. So we just shot right past here, create kind of what we call a single print, where there wasn't really any retest of this breakout area. We never really retested this breakout right here. I would imagine price is going to come back and retest that breakout at about 30K. And I would imagine that happens prior to a hit to 100K. That would be I would bet on that faster than I would say, okay, we're going to go up to 100K now. Now, that's just my take on it. I could be wrong on that. As always, I'm prepared to be wrong. And I'm not saying just because I believe price can come down here, that means I'm short and just holding the short forever now. No, I'm in and out. I'm going to play that wave on the way down. As it's created, I'll take trades. I'll be in and out as quickly as I can to preserve the capital that I have. What is up, Kimosabi? Thanks for being here, buddy. You're always faithful to the chat and always faithful to the live streams. Man, do I ever appreciate you. Glad to see you, man. Good to see you. I've been away for a while, too long now. So, but it's good to be back with you guys. Good to be back live, and hope you guys are well. All right. 31 of you, 16 likes. Thanks for you 16 likes. Really appreciate it. All right, let's keep rocking to the down. Let's keep looking at this. Hold on one second, guys. All right, let's keep doing the analysis here. All right, so the question we want to ask tonight is, okay, just looking at wave structure, is this part, is that 3 or is that 5? Okay, if it's 3, it's going to be, is it finished? Okay, so 3, question mark. Okay, if it is 3, is it finished? Okay, is it fini? I'll do the French word there, fini. So I don't know if it is or not, but we're going to ask that question. We're going to do some analysis of this wave just a minute. Or is it part of a larger 5-wave move? Is it part of a 5-wave move? If it's part of a 5-wave move, then what would that 5 waves look like as it's being developed? We'll talk about those as well. All right. Okay, so let's dive into the small time frame analysis. I've given you 2 larger counts. Okay, we've got basically 2 macro counts that I'm digging into. Number 1. I think this is an area of resistance, and we could be coming down in a 5-wave move down to real support down in this region. Okay, that's 1 count, just to review. And then I would expect higher highs later on after that. Number 2, this is actually part of an impulse wave. Boom, we could be coming up here. All right. And then number 3, we have some kind of a more complex correction happening here. There's a more complex wave structure on the macro. That this is part of a 3-wave move. We might get a more complex wave developing, but we might have a bullish intermediate time where it seems bullish. It seems like it's going back up and everybody gets excited, but really it's just a dead cat bounce, as they say, as it were, and then back down, maybe to real support or real support down here. We'll see. So that's kind of the macro look at the wave, guys. All right, so let's do a little analysis of this wave and say, okay, is there anything in that wave that's kind of lending you to believe one way or the other, Jim? Let's do that analysis. So we're going to zoom in now to the 12-hour chart maybe and just kind of take a peek at this wave. I'm going to leave my real support levels there. You guys doing well? Let me know in the chat. You're tracking with me. Yeah, my cat is on the speakers, okay? Yeah, my cat is very vocal, and she loves to talk. So yeah, she is on the speakers, my man. That is Ruby. That's Ruby. I don't have my I don't have my video on because I really don't have a good background where I am. Where I don't really have a good setup here, so I really don't want to put my video on the screen because I don't have it set up to be a nice background. So I don't want to mess with it. It took me a while just to get this thing set up here with good internet where I am, so it took a bit. For those of you who don't know, we had to sell our house pretty quick in in July, excuse me, in 2 weeks. In fact, we had to get out in 2 weeks, and then some friends of ours graciously allowed us to stay in their basement temporarily while we're looking for a place to rent, just temporarily while this market is crazy. We don't want to buy a house in this market. We want to wait till it cools down a little bit. Hopefully it will in the next year or so we'll be able to buy a new place. Again, I'm a trader, guys, so I sold my house in this bull market in real estate, and want to buy when it I want to buy the dip, baby. I want to buy the dip. So I'm looking for a housing dip in the coming year or two. We'll see if it happens. If not, we'll have a contingency plan for sure. Okay, with that said, all right. Is this 5 or 3? That's the question we're asking and answering, okay? 5 or 3. So, to do the analysis of this wave here, let's look at it as 3 waves, and let's look at it as 3 waves that could be finished. How would you interpret this wave if it's a finished 3 waves? Number 1, you'd have to say, hey, we found support at the top of this wave right here. We found support right here and at this little area. It's not real support, it's not strong support, but we found support there and we got a strong bounce, okay? And so we have a finished 3 waves. You would say that this first wave is probably A to this point right there, okay? And then we got B would be a running flat right here in the middle. 3 waves there, boom. Sorry about my cat, she's still talking. And then the C wave would be a move right there, A, B, and C. Now that's one way to interpret this thing. As a finished wave. We could also interpret if this didn't quite get up to 90%. So one might argue, say, hey Jim, the requirements for an expanded a flat, as you're calling that, a 335, is that the B wave needs to get back up to 90%. So that doesn't really track with that rule. You'd have to break that rule. You'd have to say, hey, the B wave didn't get up to 90%. Now, you could argue that the A wave of the B wave did get to 90%, but the C wave did not. So you could argue, say, hey, it did kind of get up to 90%. So you could still call this. Now, so that's a possibility. That's a way of looking at that wave as finished. And I think the bulls are digging into that as a three-wave move, boom, and you got a serious bounce back up to here. But we're finding resistance around the 618 retrace of this proposed C wave. Okay, finding resistance here. So if we look at that right there, boom, we came up and tagged the 618, we tagged the golden zone retrace. And so that lends itself to say, okay, this was an impulse, this was a pullback, and now we could go down again. My problem with that is that it came up too fast, right? And so I don't like this thing to go down really fast. I would think that it's going to play around. So this was a get the bulls excited, and now we're getting the bears excited. We could get the bulls excited again, okay? And then we could dump it. And that would be a three-wave correction. That's longer and bigger, okay? Correcting that move there. And then we go down for the next move. Now, if that takes place, if something like that happens, okay, you get a three-wave move like that, and we come down to the next level where real support is in this zone here, okay, then what we'd probably be saying is that we have a W wave to here, an X wave to here, and then a Y wave down to there. And that would be a complex correction, three waves, okay, that would then point to a bullish wave to follow it. Now, that bullish wave could be corrective. Okay, it could just make some kind of a three-wave move. Now, that would take a lot of time, guys. What I've just drawn right there was takes us into February of 2025, if it happened like I drew it, right, over time. Now, we know that waves don't move in very smooth motion. But if it did, I mean, there's a possible three-wave move, and that would be a 3 down, 3 up. Now, depending on how high it came, it could go down in 5 as a flat, boom, or it could go back down in 3. In other words, there is a way that the price action of Bitcoin could stay right here in this range for the next year, okay? It could stay in this range for the next year if it wants to, okay? Collecting liquidity. All right, then what would happen? This would become a liquidity zone. We'd probably take out the low and then go visit the high again. Okay, that's a real possibility. That's a real that's a very strong possibility, the way price moves in markets. Okay, so an Elliott wave kind of gives meaning to it. That's more understandable. So there's a plausible idea. Okay, and what does that have price doing in the immediate term? Playing around in a three-wave move. How long would that take? That would take us into the election, guys. Probably this kind of a move would take us into the election. We could dump after the election. We could dump before the election. We could do this final move. This might take us to the election. Then we get a bullish pump after the election. Maybe, who knows? I don't know how the election is going to affect the Bitcoin market. I really don't. I don't know what news. I don't know what there is news are going to come out. It's all planned, guys. All this is planned out. Where Bitcoin is going, it's planned out. I don't know the plan. I really don't. I'm just trying to figure it out like you. But there's a narrative out there that you're being told, and that news, we got an ETF narrative going on right now. That's the main narrative, and that's a bullish narrative. Okay, so in other words, people are pumping the ETF language out, or have been over this last year, and so that's the explanation for this bullish pump. Okay. But there's going to be another narrative coming. So if price dumps, there'll be another narrative that explains the dump. And all the bulls will be like, well, we were going to go up until that happened. To be honest with you, no. Elliott Wave looks to the future and says, hey, this is wave structure we expect to see. And we know how the market makers move. We know how the market makers chase liquidity, create liquidity, and take it so that nobody can really make any money in this market unless they, in my opinion, learn to trade small and quick. And that's my conclusion after trading this market for a bunch of years. You trade small and quick. You get in, you get out, you take trades on a regular basis, and you stop trying to swing trade these big moves, and you have a lot less. It's actually, you take a lot more trades, yes, but you can actually make money if you do it right. Okay, if you do it right. All right, how are you guys doing in the chat? Oh, you guys are just listening away. I hope it's a good podcast. For those of you listening like it's a podcast. So there's a structure there on the chart. Here, I'm using my hands talking to the screen as if you could see me. But it's funny you should see me, guys. Yeah, so there's a concept, an Elliott wave structure that we've seen time and time again play out in the market on so many different time frames. Okay, and this is a plausible explanation of this wave structure that we see. That's one idea. Okay, so let's take that off the table here and then talk about, I want to leave that on the table. I'm going to create, there we go. I'm going to go to another chart here. No, let's see. Let me see if I can just duplicate this. Is it going to give me all my stuff? No, it took it all away. All right, so let's get the areas of real support back on the screen. All right, here we go. There's some real support right in there. Let's go back to the 3-day. Find it better there. There we go. That's real price support right there. So how did I draw it back here? Yeah, okay. The bigger one's a little lower here. Let's go a little lower. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want to see. And then real price support here. Okay, so here's two general areas of price support that I would expect Bitcoin to, key areas. Okay, so now what else could this be? Just looking at it back on the 12-hour chart. Okay. So we just entertained a bearish idea, right? That gives us an intermediate corrective phase. Okay. That this could be making a 3-wave move, and then we come down. Okay, so we might be coming down here. Boom. Go back up. Boom. And that's a 3-wave move. All right. Followed by a taking of liquidity back down here to real support. All right. So that's a real possibility. That's the bearish count that we just offered. Now, what's the bullish count? Say, Jim, what about a bullish idea? Okay, well, a bullish idea is that this is part of a 5-wave move. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, and this is finished. Okay, and we're looking for 5. Looking for 5 to get up here, and even at least to 88, 90k, 95k, or 100k or higher. This could be an extended wave. Shoot, this thing could go up to 100, 125 to 150 if it wants to get real extended. All right. We've seen extended 5th waves that just kind of go straight up. Boom. Okay, so there's the bullish count. It could get extended. It might just be dumpy, taking the high out. There's any number of things, but this move right here is what we'd expect. And I mean, we could get talking about so many different ideas here. We got to be careful that too many ideas, everything just gets lost. And so I'm just talking about the main low-hanging fruit. Let's just say that we would expect to see a wave from where we are kind of move its way to the upside. Now, let me just take a peek at what's going on right here. I'm still doing fine. Okay. So what would that look like? What would this wave look like based on what we have now? Let's go down the hourly chart. Just kind of take a peek. Say, okay, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Well, what we've got here, what this appears to be, is a very, very ugly. I mean, you can call this 5 waves. I'm not a big fan of it, but I guess you can call this. Oh, come on. Call this 5 waves. 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry, that's bad. Not a good count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 doesn't overlap the 1. That's fine. There you go. So that's a real possibility right there. That's an impulse wave. Okay. So we had a 3-wave move that finished here. We have an impulse wave out of it. Now what? What's going on? Well, does this move look 3-wave-ish or does it look 5-wave-ish? Well, it looks very much 3-wave-ish. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, now that 3 waves may not be finished. Okay, and that's where wave structure analysis gets challenging, right? Because this could be a WXY in which you have 3 waves to the downside, 3 waves to the upside. Didn't go back 90%. I don't think. We'll measure it in just a second. We're looking for 3 waves back down. You say, Jim, don't we have 3 waves right here? I don't think so. I think you could argue that. But yeah, you could definitely argue that's 3 waves, or you could argue that this is actually A. We got a B, and now we're going to get a C wave down. All right. Okay. So I think you could argue both cases right there. Check out what's happening right here. This is a key moment here for Ethereum. Just done a local wave here. I want to see if we're going to get a move back down to take liquidity, or if this is going to break back to the upside. So I'll be watching that for a potential trade. Okay. All right. So you could argue that what's happening right here is that this is 3 waves, and we're coming down to the 618 retrace of the wave. Okay. So you could say, hey, here we go. Boom. Looking for a 618 retrace of the wave. That would bring us down below the 4 of the previous degree and take us back down to about 53, 54K in that range, maybe even as deep as the 786, 51, 52. All right, so there's a possibility. All right, let's see what happens right here, guys, on Ethereum. This is Ethereum I'm watching. Kind of broke this wave here, so that's an important thing to watch. 5 minute, what are we doing there? 5 minutes, looking bullish. I want to see what happens on this candle right here. 2 minutes left to close. That's a bullish candle. Get a Bitcoin small time frame. I'll watch it. Yeah, could have a reversal here, or this could be some kind of a complex correction, making some kind of wave 4, and then we come down again. That's what I would bet. Just broke through that trend line, so that's a bullish signal. But we got to see closes, guys. We got to see candle closes. And it's looking pretty good. Volume's kind of coming in right here. It's very small, but it's there. Looking on my other screen. All right, I'll keep talking while that's still working. All right, where was I? Right there. Okay, so you could argue that this is going to come down down here. You say, well, how's it going to get down there? This is what's going on here in this wave. Let's do a little work. Let's do a little work in the small time frame here. Well, what's happening in here? Now you could argue a couple things. Number one, you could say, hey, you've got some kind of a 3-wave move. You could say 3 up, okay? And this is 3 down. This could go back up, boom, and then take it on down for 5 waves, like so. So you got to have a hit to the high for liquidity, boom. That would be very plausible to see. We get a pump today into tomorrow. I think that's a very plausible concept, okay? And then boom, we get a rejection into Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. Okay, plays around over the week time, maybe hits the low, boom, by the end of the week, plays around down here before, and next week we start getting bullish. Okay, and what that is, what happens? Okay, so there's a week of price action right there for you. Just an idea. Okay, but it's totally plausible here that this comes down in 3 waves, hits the 618 region, and then we get bullish and we go up. There's your bullish scenario where you've got a wave 1 and a wave 2. Okay, we look for that to develop, and then we want to see this bullishly develop and go on up. Okay, so that's that. There's a bullish concept for you. There's a bullish idea. I'm really interested to see what happens right here, right at this moment. We have an interesting little volume candle there. Somebody took a trade there that was substantial, whether it was a short or a long, hard to say. You say, Jim, it's a green bar. Wouldn't that be a long? Not necessarily. They could have pumped price into an order that they had into a short order, and then what they do is they let go. They have another short, so they pump price into a limit order that they have, boom, and then as price comes down, another market order comes in to finish there. They close out their long maybe, and then enter a short, and it's one of those big red candles. You get a lot of volume coming in later to complete that wave, so that's a possibility there. But whenever I see a volume spike at a key point of resistance or at a potential end of a move, okay, I often wonder, is that the end of something? Is this somebody taking an opposite trade? Is this a volume spike finishing a move? Look. Okay, we have broken up and out of here, so that's a strong signal there. Now I want to see this next candle. I want to see what's going to happen here. Okay. Does the next candle take all of that back? That's what I want to see. And we got a much larger volume spike there. But in the grand scheme of things, when we compare it to other volume spikes, it's small. So it might, like I said, this could be just a 3-wave move here, that we get another move down. I wouldn't be surprised to see that other move down, because this wave doesn't look finished to me. I'm just doing some micro analysis, guys, trading a little bit with you. Again, trading small time frame. I'm not going to hold this short forever, right? We've already been coming down pretty steeply for a while. Okay, we just hit an area of support here, trend line support, right, and bounced, right? But there's that my cat won't shut up, so I'm sorry. So the question is this going to continue? Is it going to pull back and continue, or is it going to keep pumping and take out the high? I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, the reason I wouldn't be surprised is because this doesn't look finished. This looks like a 3-wave move, and then boom. I would like to see a hit to the low and then up, but who's to say which is going to happen? Maybe this was a fake out to the downside. We've come back in, and now here we go. We have broken that little trend, and that's substantial. That's an important thing for me. That lets me know, hey, we've broken some structure here. We've got some RSI structure that we're now finding resistance, or right here on the RSI, we could come down for another hit and create some divergence. And see, that's what I would like to see. I'd like to see another hit to the low, a lower low made, a much bigger liquidity grab than what was grabbed. Okay, and then I move back to the upside like pretty quickly overnight and into tomorrow. Okay, so I'd like to see a liquidity grab down here, boom, take out all this liquidity right here, because we didn't really take it out. We took the top out, haven't taken the bottom out yet. Okay, so looking for that grab down here, and then a larger grab right up here above that. Okay. So then all of a sudden you got a 3-wave move that corrected that, and we can continue down. All right. So again, just some wave analysis on the very small time frame there. Just ideas for trading. If you're seeing what you. All right. Now, that actually looks really good. If price plays out like that's actually quite good. But we'll see. We'll see if that plays. And this is Ethereum, but just so you know, guys, I like to trade Ethereum. Big fan. DeFi is going to be really important for the banking system. So, I think you're going to find big movements of Ethereum soon. Wouldn't be probably not a bad investment over time if you get the right setup on the chart. This might have been the liquidity grab really locally here, and now we're getting a. Yeah, this could be a reversal. It's just hard to say if they're going to hit the low again or not. But locally, though, on the 1 minute, let's see if we get a structure break there. Retest and continuation. See if price gets back below this trend line here. Okay, that's going to be bearish. A bearish look for another move down, possibly. But if we find support here, okay, that's going to be a little, or even on this, anywhere on these trend lines here, that's going to be a decent look for a bullish move to the upside, and you can trade that as well. I'm a little bit more bearish in the meantime right now. I don't think this. I think this is a little bit of a fake out here. I think we're going to hit the low again. I'm not certain of anything, so guys, just keep that in mind. That I don't know anything. I just have ideas that I watch for and trading ideas and looking for an entry where it's safe to jump in. Yeah, just looking at this, just zooming out a little bit on BTC, this just looks like a little corrective wave right here. And it looks like we're ready for another move to the downside. And that's going to find some, maybe some a higher low on the RSI, but a lower low in price. That's going to create divergence. Okay, that's what we like to see for reversals. And I'd love to see that right there. Boom, 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 and then down. One more hit to the low. Oh yeah. All right, let's see what happens right here, guys. Let's just see if this idea plays out. See if we come down here. If you're watching for the first time tonight, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know if you're watching for the first time. There's only 32 of you. I haven't been making videos. So my view count is low these days. One of these days I'm going to get some gumption to make some more videos like I used to make them. How many of you remember the daily videos I used to shell out? Man, I tell you what, that's a grind, guys. Making videos every day, looking at charts every day, talking to yourself every day in a video. It's hard. It's super hard. sharing your ideas and getting criticized all the time. It's just, YouTube, guys, it's a grind, and YouTubers can get worn out. So we really, I'll be honest with you, we really depend upon those likes to keep us motivated to make. We depend upon those comments that you guys make, the positive comments especially that you guys make. It keeps us motivated to keep making videos. That's a real thing, and that's why all the YouTubers are begging for likes and subscribers and everything, because otherwise there's no reason to do it. There's no real reason for me to make these videos and share my ideas out there. If they're not benefiting anybody, if it's not benefiting me, even giving me joy, some kind of a positive feedback, help just keeps you motivated, right? Support through Patreon is a fantastic way to keep me motivated to make these things. But but I'll tell you what, fatigue and burnout from making videos, it's a real thing. So just let you know how important you guys are to me as you as we go through this, as you guys are trading. And if you love what I'm doing, I appreciate you. Just maybe you're quiet all the time and you don't say much. Realize, don't forget that your comment, it does more than you'll ever imagine for YouTubers, and not just me, but that's anybody making videos out there. So. I hear you, Chemo. I hear you. It is challenging in a sideways market. Well, it could go up or down today, guys. I think it might go up. Yeah, but it could go down. And then you get the guys that say, "Oh yeah, nice video, up or down, Jim. Great content." But that's it. Every day it's up or down. Oh man, yeah, it could go up or down, guys. This thing could break down really hard and come down to this area, no problem, or we could break up right here. To be honest with you, it just depends on where the liquidity is, right? Where are people taking the trades? Did a bunch of people take trades on this break? Boom, yeah. Then let's go up to the upside. Let's hit them where it hurts, right? Did a bunch of people, take longs in here on this little green candle? Boom, let's take it down and hit them where it hurts. And it just depends on where the liquidity is. And guys, I tell you what, the market makers know where it is. Number one, they know where it is, and they know how to get there. They know how to get price there, and they know how to convince you the opposite trade to take. They know how to convince you to take the opposite trade. They're very good. Their algorithms are very good. It's based on just so much data, guys, so much data. So let me just say that, on the macro then, guys, on the macro chart, you got to understand that while it looks like Bitcoin is poised to make a really bullish move to the upside, you got to know that the market makers can take it back down to $10,000 if they want to. If that's what they want to do, they can totally do it. They can. Price can go there. If that's where the liquidity is, they will take it there. If it's more beneficial for them to shoot the moon a little bit first and then dump it, they'll do that as well. So you've just got to realize you are playing a rigged game, okay? And if you look at the chart and it looks like it's going to do one thing, it would be a better bet to take the opposite trade. Okay, if the chart looks so good, like, oh, this is definitely going one way or the other. If you're looking at it like, oh, this is so bullish, it can't be anything else. Take a short, because everybody else is looking at that as well and taking longs as well, and the market makers will sell into those longs, and they will take you out. They'll take it up like you expected it to, but they'll hit you first. They'll hit you where it hurts first. And then, so that's when you want to be buying. Okay, so you want to buy after the hit. So once they've hit that low, once they've hit you where it hurts, that's where you want to take the trade. Really good statement there, Chemo. Markets look most bullish at the tops and most bearish at the lows. That's exactly right. That's so right. Just keep that in mind, guys. Just keep that in mind. It's just wisdom here. I've been trading this market since 2017, and I've been I've been killed a lot of times by this market. I've learned its tricks, and I'm here to share my wisdom with you. I pray that it helps you. If you're struggling out there, you're struggling. Maybe come on into the Discord, be amongst the community of traders, and maybe go through my course, and just listen to the analysis daily. Maybe it'll help. There are no promises to make. I'm not going to promise you big bucks, because trading is really about you and your ability to stop your own trades, stop your losses, and take a loss. Most of you guys, your main problem in trading is your psychology. Okay, that's why you're losing, is your psychology. It's your fault. It's not the market's fault. You don't have a strategy. You don't have a real strategy. You don't have real entry rules. You don't have discipline. Most of you are losing money in this market because you're just gambling. So if you need to move out of the gambling world into the trading world and learn how to trade with good risk management, we're here to help. Really, you need to find some trader that's been around and that has a strategy that works. So, but my strategy works. It's just you got to work it, right? Even when I break my own rules, I don't do well. So sometimes I do. Sometimes my psychology is such that I break my own rules sometimes, and that's bad. It's very bad. So you have to develop your rules, stick to your rules, and be disciplined about it. All right. Well, I'm just talking right now just because we're kind of waiting. I'm waiting to see if this thing is going to dump here. I kind of think it is, guys. I think this is just a fake out three-wave move to the upside. There may still be one more hit to the high, maybe. Okay, boom, boom. Or this is just going to roll over and come on down. Let's see. We will see. Well, but we've got another trend line support right now happening right here. We're going to see what happens. Now this is Ethereum, guys. But we could also look at Bitcoin as well, small time frame. Didn't I pull it up on the small time frame? There we go. Yeah, Bitcoin already looks more bearish. See that volume? That short volume just came in? Yeah, that's not good for longs. Just watching a chart with you guys before we get some more analysis, but more analysis is coming. Just hang in there. Again, if you're watching for the first time, let me know in the comments, and I'll do a chart analysis. You get a free request, and I'll honor your request first. I'll do some chart analysis here in just a minute. Okay, guys. Back to the more macro analysis while this is moving. We'll just keep an eye on it. Okay. So I'm thinking here, guys. Just where was I? Right here on this chart. Oh, man, that's a mess, isn't it? Let me see if I can make this cleaner. Yeah, I think it's a real possibility that this comes down here. Now, are we going to come down here from where we are? I don't know that for certain. In fact, I think it's very possible, the way this looks, the way this wave looks, that we come and tag this high. Okay. In other words, we have liquidity. Oh. We have liquidity right here. Okay, we've developed a little liquidity area here. Okay, that I think we could come down lower just a little bit, go tag the high, boom, right, and then work our way down. And I think this is probably Monday price action right there. Okay, into Tuesday, bearish Tuesday, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, depending on how long it takes to get down there. Okay, but I would be looking at this as a W, X, and then Y. Okay, 3, 3, 3. Now, what I've drawn here that comes up here and take that liquidity and then do that, it doesn't have to do that. Okay, it doesn't have to do that. Could do that, doesn't have to do that. So keep that in mind. It's just an idea, because you could have an equally bearish idea where you have 3, 3, and then this is 3 down here. And this might be Sunday, Monday. And then we reverse Tuesday, Wednesday. Or Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. Play around here for a day, and then into Wednesday, midweek reversal. Okay, so that's another plausible idea. Any case, that idea says this is a wave 1 and a wave 2. Wave 1 and wave 2. All right. Is there another way to look at all this trash here? Let me see if I can get all that off the chart. There we go. Get a bit of a bounce here. Get the... where's my... There it is. Bouncing right there. Let's see how this plays out. All right. What else could be happening here in this wave? If that's not so if that's an impulse wave, it could be a wave A or wave 1. And then I've offered a concept here. I just offered a concept for a wave 2. Okay, down here. Could the wave 2 be done and we're on our way up from here? Yes. Okay, so let me just make that clear. I'm looking at this thinking this just kind of looks corrective here, but looking at this little wave structure right in there, it looks like we could go up from here, right? That's a possibility. We could go up and take this local liquidity out and then come down, okay? Or this could just be bullish from here, and we could make our way up. Now, if that goes up like that, then we're looking at all this as a finished move. This thing's finished. It's done. So if we get real bullish right in here, okay, which is a possibility, okay, then that's a bullish idea. Okay, there you go. So there's some bullish. So watch. I'll tell you what you want to watch for here, and this is why I draw trend lines on my chart. I watch for them because they kind of let you know when to change positions, which kind of change biases. Okay, so I'd say that trend line right there. Okay, if you get an hourly close above that trend line right there, okay. It's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee that it's going up, but we're going to get more bullish. Now, if you get a break to the upside and then we come back down below it, okay, there's your stop. That's when you're going to stop being bullish, right? Because then you're going to look for this down here. Again, there's liquidity down here. Okay, there's liquidity up here. So, are they going to come up here and create more liquidity up here? And then shoot it down, grab that liquidity, and then go up, okay? And that would just be a 3-wave move, guys. All that is just a local 3-wave correction that goes on to the upside. That's just bullish, and that's a 1, and that's a 2, and we're bullish, okay? Or are they just going to, did they grab the liquidity here? That's all they're grabbing, and they're just going to go. They're just going. They're making it look a little bearish tonight, and then it's just going to start shooting up on Monday, and we're gonna have a week of bullishness. Okay, it's just kind of we pull back for 2 or 3 days, and then boom, and we get big moves to the upside. Is that gonna play? I don't know. But what you're gonna do is you want to steadily watch these trend lines get broken. If that trend line gets broken to the upside, you're gonna shift with a bullish mindset, or at least a little bit more bullish. Okay, if this, well, come on. You can even draw that one right there. Okay, if this one gets broken, you're going to get a little bit more bullish. That one gets broken, you get a little bit more bullish, right? So those are trend lines to watch that are critical. Now, if this top gets broken right here, all right, then all of a sudden you're just like you gotta be bullish until it breaks back down. Okay, till it breaks back below. So if you break up here, you got to watch out for a liquidity grab, because they could just break up, take the liquidity. The way that would look on the chart is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom, down we go. Okay, and that would be a liquidity grab right there. And that, again, I'll be doing other live streams before that would happen. Okay, but you watch out for something like that. Okay, watch out for that move, because that could play where they they take liquidity up here. Everybody stop who's short. Okay, the big short stops. They take them out. Get everybody going long by breaking, finding support, and then shooting it up again, and then take you down. Okay. Now, what would that be in the grand scheme of things? That could be an end of a wave 5. In which case, guys, I have another alternate idea for you. If it does this something like this, I would be looking at this as a 3-wave move back down to real support. Okay? Boom. May find support above that line right there. But that would be an impulse wave and a correction, and then we'd be going up to the upside. That's bullish. That is actually a bullish count. But we start with just a truncated 5th right here, and then boom, down we go. 3 waves. And that 3 waves could take a lot longer than I've just drawn. It could take 2 years. Okay? Up, down, up. Or down, down, up, down. That could take 3 years to play out. It could take 5 years to play out. If they want to drag that out, they could totally drag it out way over here. And then all of a sudden, they could start going up towards the end of the decade, right? So listen, guys, market makers can keep price in this range for the next 5 years if they want to. You got to understand that. There's so many different things. This is why we come week after week, and this is why daily we watch the chart, and this is why I think it's best to be taking trades in the small time frame. You take trades in the small time frame, you're making money in this, and you don't care whether it goes up or down. Okay? You might have a stash where you're just holding on to Bitcoin for a long time if you believe it's going to be going up. But let me just tell you something, guys. The crypto market may not be as you know it in years to come. Yes, I believe blockchain technology is going to be around for a very, very, very long time going forward. That's going to be the foundation of our financial markets, more than likely, right? But that being said, this first stage, this first wave of crypto, as you know it, all these crap coins, they're going to die off, guys. They have to, because there's going to be an onset of a new wave of cryptocurrency, the new generation of crypto. It's already being developed. There's always new projects coming out. They're going to replace these other ones. So don't think that all these crap coins that you've been going, looking for longs, and you're looking for them to go back to the moon. Don't think that they have to. There could be an XRP 2.0 coming out, and all of a sudden the original XRP becomes obsolete and worthless. I know there are a bunch of people expecting XRP to shoot the moon and go to 100, but you got to understand there might be a 2.0 rolled out. That's kind of they're keeping secret. They're working on it in the background. They're kind of keeping it low. And then all of a sudden they roll it out and they sell all their XRP, and then everybody holding it, been looking for XRP to just go to the moon. It just ends up tanking because the XRP2 or whatever. You just got to understand, these guys, they're not going to let you make money easily, okay? Because if you're making money, they're not. They're losing money. These banks are. So if you're winning the bet, they're losing the bet because they're betting against you. They're taking the liquidity. Listen, how are they going to make their money? If they want to buy, they have to have somebody to sell it to, right? They have to have somebody selling to them, right? Willingly selling, right? So in order for them to buy, they have to manipulate you so that you will willingly sell what you have. And if they want to sell to you, they have to manipulate the price and the chart so that you will willingly buy at ungodly prices, okay? So these guys know what they're doing. You got to stop falling for their tactics and buying high and selling low. You got to reverse the mindset, reverse your understanding. So you just got to understand that there's a place for this kind of wave right here. That, yeah, price is going to eventually go to 100K, but it's not going to go in the way you expect it to go. It's not going right now. It's going later. 5 years from now, 3 years from now, 2 years from now, whatever. There's all kinds of things that can happen here. So for me, because I know that, because I understand that, I like to trade in this environment, just going up or down, making money both ways, and and just trying to trade with the market. All right. I hope that those thoughts help you guys. I really do, because I'm here to trying to help you, I'm not sure, Chemo, what you said exactly too, but thanks for agreeing. Okay. All right, so there's a bunch of ideas, guys, I've shared with you. I guess let's finish the night with some analysis of the market in general. Let's look at the DXY, which is going in a direction I didn't anticipate. Let's also look at the S&P and the Nasdaq, and just kind of see where they're headed. Okay, I'm kind of bullish right now on the S&P. We got this big bullish wave here. Okay, now right now it looks three-wave-ish, but based on previous price action here, guys, you had the dump here, and then all of a sudden you had this move up. It pulled back and continued to pump, looking for a pullback and a pump to make another high. That at least makes sense to me based on what's happening here. Eventually, guys, you're going to see some exhaustion and a rejection. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know how high they're going to push price, okay, before they bring tanking to the downside to break these levels. I don't know when, guys. It's already gone higher than I expected. This dump here was not looking three-wave-ish. Okay, so this was looking like it needed to be three, and let's come back down. They did three, they came down, then they just took it right up. Okay, so that's what happened there. So S&P right now still looking a little bullish. Okay, how high are they going to pump it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not here to tell you I know anything. I don't know anything. But right now, price looking for a pullback and continuation. Maybe they're going to pump it through the election. I don't know. Let me check in on the small time frame Bitcoin here. There we go. What do we got here? Make a lower low. Did not. 3. So what I see here on Bitcoin small time frame, I see a 3-wave move. Impulse. 3 waves, did not take the high. Impulse, 3 waves. That could be a 1, 2. I mean, this is the bearish look is 1, 2, 1, 2. If this breaks down soon, I'm going to look at that as a 1, 2, 1, 2. Could be a triangle. It's not a triangle. Could be though. Then all of a sudden you're thinking A, B, C, D, E. Okay. If that's a triangle, look for the low to be tagged and then reversal back to the upside quick. Should be quick. So if that's a triangle right there, then you're looking for a very quick move. It should take liquidity and then reverse back to the upside. Take liquidity again, play around, and continue on to the upside. If that's a triangle. Triangles often look like 1, 2, 1, 2s as well, so I wouldn't be surprised to see this roll over, come on down. And we could come down very deep. Liquidity grab, a big liquidity event here. Boom, then go up and then down again. I could totally see that happening. Oh man. So watch out. Watch out. Better be watch out. You could get electrocuted. Camel tea bag. Absolutely. Oh, thanks, Chemo, for clarifying. Yes, that was an excellent point, and good amen on that. All right, guys. So yeah, I'm still a little locally bearish right now, guys. To be honest with you, I don't think this is the bottom. Here, I think more bottom is coming, but I think we're going to hit a bottom and then maybe come back up. So I'm looking for a bullish week here, looking for some divergence to be created down here. Boom, looking for a hit to the low, and then maybe a move back to the upside, snag that liquidity, and then down we go for a C wave. So I'm looking at this in the next week or two as corrective, as part of a corrective cycle, and then maybe more upside. But I've shared those ideas. Go back and rewind if you're just jumping in. I've shared those ideas. But this is small time frame analysis here. Looking for maybe a move down. It's just an idea here. We'll see. Starting to get a potential break here in price structure. Let's see what the 5 minutes doing here. Yeah, we could totally get a candle that breaks up and out of here. That's possible as well. So I'll watch it. But the 3 waves look like you're going to the upside. So we'll see. But if we get a candle up and out of here, then we're going to get bullish. Get a little bit more bullish. But it's hard. You got to take a trade when you feel good about it. So we'll wait and see if we get a move down or not. All right. So S&P, I'm a little bullish in the near term, even though I'm looking for a correction, short-term correction here, 4-hour time frame, looking for a pullback and then a move to the upside. Should mirror this, I would guess, with a little bit more steepness. It should be steeper. It should probably go up faster because we're probably starting to get into the parabolic phase of the wave. Okay, that's maybe what's coming. Get a parabolic move into September. Get a wave 1 in September. Maybe get a bullish retrace in October. Boom, and then maybe more down later after the elections. Who knows how that plays out? Just an idea there. Shoot, they could go more you could get up 7,500, whatever. So S&P could go back to the upside, but we're looking for a sell-off soon. All right, let's take a peek at gold and silver now, just because they're good markets to pay attention to. Gold market, man, still looks bullish as anything, guys. Still bullish on gold. Looking for a bit of a correction here. We've had a breakout, okay, of these levels, okay. Well, look, always expect a retest of those breakouts, right? Expect a retest. So this could keep pumping up, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a bearish wave retesting that breakout, but continuation to the upside. All right, so I'm still looking up on gold, okay? I'm still bullish on the gold wave. Now, I see another possibility here that you ought to at least be aware of, where this could be a 3-wave move. You get a hit to the low here, a liquidity grab before we go up, okay? Watch out for a liquidity grab kind of like that. That would be pretty bearish, okay? That would be that could be pumping S&P, and then as S&P dumps, gold shoots up. So something like that. Just watch out. That's a trick that could play. So always watching out for those expanded flats, because what an expanded flat does, you had this move there, 3 waves to the upside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe a little bit more, and then boom, comes crashing down fast, takes out the liquidity, and then here we go. Okay, so that could be an intermediate move of gold that's still bullish, but you have a bearish wave that scares everybody and then up. So watch out for that. We'll pay attention to that as it develops. But just I'll tell you what you're going to want to do is you can draw that trend line right there. You get a break of that. You expect it to come to probably take this liquidity out right down here. More than likely. We technically got a liquidity box right here, guys, and we're breaking out of it. So they're taking liquidity above the liquidity box. They could come on down to the bottom of the box. They could come take it below, okay, like though. Down here like that, boom, okay. Find support right here, and then go up. So I mean that's a possibility. You gotta be ready for, and understand that could happen on the chart very easily. Okay, you can kind of see that play out very easily. So that's gold. Let's look at silver quick. Silver just finished what looks like a 3-wave move, guys. That's why I'm still bullish here, because silver looks like it just finished a 3-wave. We had a breakout of this area. Okay. Breakout, it's retesting. I'd like to see this move on up for a big bullish wave. That's what I would love to see. That's the way the wave kind of just looks, But remember, I told you when it looks good, when it looks too good, then watch out for a fake out of what you expect to happen. Which you expect. See, right now we're getting a move back up. It could find resistance and then boom, shoot back down to liquidity, take out all this liquidity, take out that trend line, and then bounce up. But that, I mean, it's possible, plausible. It is a thing that could happen on the chart. It doesn't have to go. Price doesn't have to go straight up from here. It can. I would love it if it does. Okay, I'm a silver fanatic, but nevertheless, just keep in mind that the silver might take a dip here. All right, it looks like that's a three-wave move. It looks like this needs to go up. Okay, but it may not. Okay, let's take a peek at Tesla. I haven't looked at Tesla in quite a while. Tesla, what are you doing, Tesla? Yeah. This wave is really challenging. I've shared my thoughts here. Sorry, got a cramp in my thigh, guys. Woo, that was tough. But yeah, I was looking at this, guys. This is very clearly a three-wave move. Okay, so the question is, how? That means I'm looking for more downside. Okay, I'm definitely a believer that Tesla is gonna probably hit the low again. All right, now I'll talk about a contingency, but where it may not hit the low. I'll talk about that in a moment. But I'm thinking here that you got this. Come on. This three-wave. This is three waves. We could be getting another three-wave move down, then up, and then this. So this creates a flat, and then we get more downside. Okay. Everybody thinks Tesla's dead, and then there's going to be a boom. Okay. Now I don't know if Tesla's going to get down here or not. I mean, I don't know what would bring that on. Okay. Maybe his aligning himself with Trump. Who knows? Whoever's controlling the markets, who knows? Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not here to get political. I'm just saying, okay, how do things happen? What's the narrative here? Okay. Another possibility here is that you have a WXY here. Okay. You have an ABC X wave here. And then all of a sudden you're getting a WXY, WX, and Y is going to come down here. Take out the liquidity down here, like we expect things to do, okay? But then Tesla's going to rebound off, off some support. Where's the support for Tesla? I mean, the real support. Real support. Like real support is right here at $20. But man, I don't see Tesla going that low unless something happens to the company or Elon, right? Something happens to Elon, then yeah, Tesla could just tank because he is the foundation of Tesla. Everybody's betting on Elon, right? Somebody else takes over Tesla. Maybe Elon dies, gets killed, or something happens politically. Maybe he sells the company. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. But it's something that the wave structure is kind of saying this is a real possibility. What would take it down here? What would cause this move to happen? Some kind of bearish news. If something happened to Elon, God forbid, I don't want anything to happen to him. But if something did happen, that would be an explanation. Maybe there's a shift. Maybe he says, "Hey, I'm not going to be making cars anymore. I'm going to be focusing on SpaceX now." You know what I mean? Maybe he's backing off of Tesla and maybe puts his whatever. It could be any kind of news event, right? That decision. There's any number of things that can happen. Okay. There's also some short-term bullishness here that we could get an X wave up to here. Okay. That this wave actually finishes and then we get the move down. Okay. ABC, WXY, that becomes bigger, right? So we can get some short-term bullishness and then some bearishness that takes us down. Who knows? But anyway, I'm still waiting for. I'd like to see $80 in Tesla, $70, $80. Yeah, about $60 to $80. Let me just say that range there hit. But I don't want to see price linger down here too long. I'd like to see a rebound pretty quickly back to the upside if price goes down there. So that's Tesla for you. Let me check in on natural gas. I've been bullish on natural gas. Yeah, yeah, that looks great. You got a 5-wave move, looks great. You got a fourth wave here, another hit to the low, boom, boom. Maybe we 3 waves and then go, or this is getting ready to go up now. Natural gas is getting ready to have a little bit of a boom, and that that natural gas would probably get a boom if Trump gets elected, because he's going to go back and reopen the pipelines for oil and probably get the natural gas pipelines as well, which got closed down under Biden. So I would say natural gas will probably see a boom in price if Trump gets elected. So I'm kind of bullish on natural gas. It looks like a good bet. Shoot, prices as low as you can get at $2. $2, man. Shoot, if it got it back to all-time highs, $9-10. I mean, that'd be 5 times your money. So that looks like a good bet to me. Long term, if you wanted to hold it for a year or 2, 3, and see what happens, maybe for the whoever gets. So that's natural gas. I just saw your comment, Chemo. Yeah, I think that WXY up to liquidity. Yeah, maybe so, Chemo. Maybe so. On the supply, bumping up supply, you would think. Let's look at Bitcoin here. Yeah, we're playing around this trend line, aren't we, guys? This candle, 5-minute candle, is looking kind of bullish. You got 36 seconds left to close it. Let's see how this closes. I'm getting some texts to my phone. It's going crazy. Notifications. Eight minutes left to close that. That's a bullish looking candle there. So that's finding some support. I like it. I like that for to be bullish. Let's see what the next candle looks like. If you get an engulfing red candle that takes that out, breaks support, then that's bearish, right? But right now we're feigning bullish. The triangle has not been invalidated yet, but it's close to it. Close to invalidation. The triangle in Bitcoin. A, B, C, D, E. Break of this high right here invalidates the triangle. It also invalidates a 1-2-1-2 to the downside. Took it out. So that invalidated a triangle here. That's no triangle. And it's not a 1-2-1-2 to the downside, I wouldn't think. It's kind of lost that love and feel in there. You see how this was looking 3-wave-ish and say, hey, 3 waves is pointing down. And the moment that three ways, and then it started looking like it was coming down. Then they just found a way to take out liquidity, to come up here and take liquidity. So again, these guys know how to make it look like one way. That looked like an impulse to the downside with a three-way pullback. Boom, let's go back down, right? But they just took out that high right there. They just took out that high. Now that could have been a liquidity grab. It wasn't much of one, but they took the high out nonetheless. Okay, could have been getting people to go long right here. And they could take it down again, right? But I guess my point is that there's all kinds of ways to grab liquidity on the small time frame. Guys, I'm about finished. Yeah, right, Chemo. That scares me to death. Well, guys, any charts that you're just needing to see, that you want to see, I'll do a couple of requests. Let's see. J Mata, 2019. Not sure what you're referring to, but I think I know what you're referring to. Keith wants Link. Let's look at Link. Link. There we go. Ah, such an ugly chart. Well, what you want to say, Keith, is that you got an impulse to the upside. You got 5 waves. And you have a 3-wave pullback. WXY to the 786. You're going to get real bullish. You're going to get a real bullish on the break of this one. Well, not totally bullish, but if it breaks this trend line there, you're getting real bullish. Okay? If it breaks this one up here, you're getting more bullish. But watch out for a complex correction, because you could do this. So watch out for complexity here. We may not be ready for a couple of years before it goes up, so we may spend a lot of time down here. But that looks too. I mean, that chart looks so pretty right now. It looks so pretty. You just want to look at that and say, "Here we go." I mean, that's what you want to say. So yeah, I mean, we're starting to get bullish here. We're starting to get bullish, but it's not confirmed yet until we start breaking structure. Okay. Looking at the 3-day, you start breaking structure on the RSI. That'll be the first indication. Okay, but this doesn't look finished to me. Looks like there's going to be a pullback to the RS and then back down to hit the low before it breaks up. I could be wrong on that. This could break up and out of here. But that's a 3-day chart. We got time. We got time. All right, guys. Just a couple more requests. Oh, man. I haven't looked at Nifty in a while. Let's take a peek at Nifty real quick. That is a bubble that is going to pop. I don't know when, guys. I don't know when that's going to pop, but it's going to pop. See if that breaks. If that breaks, all hell's going to break loose. More than likely. That's just trash right there, man. That's just complete. Guys, there is a market crash coming to all the markets. Position yourself now. It is coming. This decade. I don't know when. I don't know when. But it's coming. So be careful. Position yourself. Take profit. Take your dang profit. Okay. Yeah, I don't know when, guys. Could be a year from now. Could be, I don't know. But yeah, be careful. Guys, I love you. It's been good to be with you. Kimosabi, appreciate you as always from my heart. Appreciate you. We got to get together again soon. But that said, you guys have a fantastic evening. I'm going to call it a night. Hope you all have a great night. Thanks for joining me. If you're just pumping, you're just dropping in, rewind. It's been a great live. I enjoyed this one. So, all right, guys, have a great night. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.